All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. I'm Elder Tahar, down at Rule Well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson on how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video Bail-ins. All right. And Lord Wills, brothers, can see on the screen, I have this article here from the New York Times, and it says, why banks are suddenly closing down customers' accounts. All right. And this is just me speaking as a man. There could be many reasons why this is going on. It could be a cyber attack. All right, but reading down a little bit on this article, and with this going on, this sounds like a bail-in to me. All right, but again, it's just me just speaking as a man. But it says, why are banks suddenly closing down customers' accounts? All right, so with everything else going on in the world right now, with the thing between the small hats and the Arabs, the Middle East, strikes, celebrities or whatever dying. You saw putting that in the news or whatever. All the stuff that's going on in the world, sports and all that shit. This is going on. All right, people's bank accounts are being wiped out without explanation. All right. All right. So it says surprisingly, individuals and small businesses owners can't pay rent or make payroll, and no one ever explains why they did what they did wrong. It says the reason varies, but the scene that plays out is almost always the same. Bank customers get a letter in the mail saying their institution is closing all of their checking and saving accounts. So what happens to the money? Again, me just speaking as a man, the banks take it. It says their debit and credit cards are shuttered too. The explanation, if there is one, usually lacks any useful details. Or maybe the customer didn't see the letter or never get one at all. Instead, they discover that their accounts no longer work while they're at the grocery stores, retail car counters, or ATMs. When they call their bank, uh, financial representatives show, I guess that's what I'm supposed to say, Fantix representatives show concern at first. Oh no, sorry. They say we're doing whatever we can to fix this. But then comes the telltale pause and shift in tone per your account agreement. We can close your account for any reason at any time. The scripts often go. So what happens to the money? Did they get the money back or what? All right. So this, again, it sounds like the bank just take it. And again, if that's the case, that's a bail-in. So they're starting to do bail-ins. All right, because the system is going broke. The system is going bankrupt. This whole system is bankrupt. All right, and they got to get the money from somewhere. And who is it going to be? From you. They're not going to get it from the government. The government is done. The elites of Esau are done funding this place, man. They've been done funding this place. All right. So this place is about to collapse. These situations are what banks refer to as existing or de-risk. This isn't your standard boot for people who have balance too many checks, who bounced too many checks. Instead, a vast security has kicked into gear, starting the regulations in Washington and trickling down to the bank security. Managers and branch staff eyeballing customers. That goal is to crack down on fraud, terrorism, money laundering, human trafficking, and other crimes. And the people that usually, lose their accounts or whatever, they're not criminals or terrorists. They might have a small business. They might have like a little coffee shop, or they might, have uh, they might work at a warehouse. They might work at they have regular jobs. These are just regular so-called Babylonian citizens. They're not terrorists or laundering money. All right. But that's the committing fraud. This is what a lot of people. I mean, people are out there doing that, but the majority of people this happens to, they're not even criminals, and they're just taking their money. All right, because again, the money has to come from somewhere. All right, and that's a more of an, and ultimately it's all leading up to the Karagma. Look at this clown. All you people that join the military, the Most High gonna ship you to the Middle East. You niggas out there, and Hispanics that join the military, all the most and Native Indians and Seminole Indians that join the military, the Most High is gonna cause you to go over there to the Middle East. They're shipping you over there in a large number, and you're gonna be destroyed over there. Look at this clown, man. Fighting for Satan, man. In the process, banks are slacking for that. But in the process, banks are evicting what appears to be increasing numbers of individuals, families, and small business owners. Often they don't have the fanciest the fanciest idea, the faintest idea, Salakia, why their banks turned against them. But there are almost always red flags, transactions that appear out of character. For example, the lead to eviction. And right, like I said, people are just, people are using credit cards and things like that just to pay bills and make ends meet today. All right, but really, what's going on? Which I got a video through the spirit of Bobby. How about Shimmy? I was shy. I'm gonna play that. This guy can better explain it. All right, why this is happening? Really, because the whole system is going up. Banks is lending out all this money to people. It's one reason why. All right, and also because the system is just self imploding on itself because all the money that's been printed up in the last 2 or 3 years. That's another reason why. But also, banks make bad decisions on who they're going to lend the money to, and people can't pay it back. Rather it's by a mortgage or trying to get a house or car payments or whatever. People can't pay it. All right. That's why one of the top Google searches this week was how can I get my car back? All right, because people can't afford to pay 800, 900 or $1,000, 6, 7, 500, whatever amount of dollars for a car. They can't afford it, so they're looking to give it back, but you can't do that. All right, so like it, not without there being consequences for it. So they made well again. The guy is going to explain it. What's going on? All right, and this was put up 4 years ago. The video I'm gonna play, but general alerts are reviewed every day by human employees. Banks generally won't say how often they are closing accounts this way. There's no not tracking how often they get it wrong, but federal debt often offer clues. By laws, banks must file a suspicious activity report when they see transactions or behaviors that might violate the law, like unexpectedly large cash transactions or wiring transfers with banks in high-risk countries across according to Thomas Rupert, banks filed over 1.8 million SARs in 2022. And again, there is a lot of fraud and shit like that going on, but most people that this is happening to, aren't criminals. But there is a lot of fraud and shit like that going on. People are doing. Um, and again, one of the ways they're gonna say we got to bring the Nicaragua in is to stop some of that, to stop illegal transactions and stop fraud, and it'll just be more convenient for you. Also, they're going to say that too. A 50% increase, so like a 50% increase in just 2 days this year. The figure is on track to hit nearly 2 million. All right, so that's all I'm gonna read. So again, I got this video. Again, let me show the article. Why banks are suddenly closing down customers' accounts. And I got this video right here with this guy, this Edomite, explaining it. 1044. Kahala Yabashim Yawashah. With this guy right here explaining it. If it'll work. Salaki, brothers. Look, everybody's talking about the third. Well, yeah, again, but what that is, this what's going on is going to ultimately going to fulfill the third woe come Revelation the 11th chapter. This is what everybody's talking about. This guy, what's his name? Willie D, the guy from Ghetto Boys or whatever. He usually speaks on a lot of folly, but now look on some folly. But look what he's talking about today. It says breaking U.S. on the watch list for World War III. This is happening. So even guys that mainly, speak on folly and shit, there's shit of no real importance. All right, even they're speaking about the Third World War. And he's probably reading the Bible and everything. But I'm gonna play this video real quick, Salakia. All right, here we go.
Bail-ins. Let me explain quickly what that is. Banks have a hard time.
So this guy is Edomite right here, who appears to be Edomite, Richard Wolff. He's explaining what a bail-in is, what a bank of bail-in. Which again is just me speaking as a man, but this is what it sounds like what's going on.
Bail-ins. Let me explain quickly what that is. Banks have a hard time because they often make terrible mistakes. That is, they invest money by loaning it out to people and businesses who can't pay it back. When that happens, the bank is supposed to use the capital.
Yeah, because banks, lend out, give credit cards, car loans, mortgages, and people in America are struggling. They can't pay it. So where the banks going to get the money from? They lend the money out to people and they can't pay it. They lend it out in hopes that the person can pay it back. All right, but the credit card debt is at an all-time high. All right, people use credit because they don't have the cash on hand. They don't have the cash right now for it. And credit card debt is at an all-time high. People are using it to pay rent, paying car notes, whatever. They're using it. All right, and a system can't work like that. Credit cards are really only supposed to be used for emergencies and things like that. But it is an emergency, but people are more fire going up. But people are using it just to buy groceries, for pay bills, every necessity things you gotta pay. They're using it for things like that, credit. So the banks, where are the banks supposed to get the money from? The government is bankrupt. Where they're supposed to get it from? The national debt is $333 trillion. The government's about to shut down. Where are they going to get the money from? And what money they do have, they're giving it all to the Middle East to keep the machine going.
Of the people who got together to create the bank, the capital of shareholders if they sell shares to the public, to deal with their mistakes, to fix the damage of folks they lent to who can't pay it back. It's the job of the bank not to lend to people who can't pay it back. So when they don't get repaid, like happened on a massive scale in 2008 and 9, you know what the banks do. They don't want to use up their own money.
Right, and a lot of these financial experts are saying we're in a time, it looks like we're in 2028 again. All right, we all know about what happened then. This shit collapsed. But all the financial experts are saying this time is going to be way worse.
So they go to the government to get a bailout. The problem is the politicians who give banks big bailouts, as they did, get to be hated by the mass of people who understand very well what's going on. That private banks...
And the government, again, is bankrupt. The government's about to shut down. All right, so where are they going to get it from? The depositors.
Make private money, want the government to bail them out, and they don't want to have to do it. But the banks don't want to do it. So here's what the banks and the politicians got together. They found another sucker. You know who it is? The depositor. It turns out...
The depositor is you, me and you.
...that the laws have been rewritten, starting with a bank in Cyprus that went belly up a few years. Banks, when they can't recover money they lent and should not have lent, they don't now have to go to the government to get a bailout. They can get a bail-in. You know what that is? Taking money from the depositors who put money in the bank and simply taking it to reap their own capital that they can't get back from the people they lent to. Is it legal to have a bail-in, to take the money of the depositor and not give it back to them? The answer is yes. In many countries, including the United States, the laws now allow a bail-in. Should that upset you?
So there you go. And again, that's just me speaking as a man, but I believe that's what's going on here. Why people's money is just disappearing from their account with or they're closing people's accounts, people's money is just disappearing. I believe this is what's going on. Like God said, but again, I could be wrong. 144 again, call all y'all about shot, but yeah, I could be wrong. It's just me speaking as a man, but it looks like that's what's going on here. All right, or again, it could be a cyber attack in the system. Who knows? The cyber attacks have been happening too. Where's the Ace Hardwood store or whatever? They just had a cyber attack or whatever. So yeah, man, a lot of things going on. A lot of things going on right now. Yeah, and it's manifested. But ultimately, we know, bail-ins and all this stuff, cyber attacks, what have you or whatever. The whole banking system just collapsing, and we all know what it's going to ultimately lead to. All right. It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17. He calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, or a charagma, which is the microchip technology being put inside your body to do transactions in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, say he that have the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Which again, the charagma, or the mark, is the charagma, the microchip. Is the microchip technology, which is going to be put inside your body to buy and sell things. All right, so all these bail-ins and banks closing and all that, CBDCs and things like that, so on and so forth. All right, them saying just people are stealing money out your account, but it's really the banks doing it to recoup from the losses or whatever, whatever. All right, ultimately this is what it's going to lead to, the charagma. All right, the system is collapsed, the system is failing. People are in debt up to their eyeballs. You owe the banks money, so just take this charagma and we'll make everything square again. Everything will be square again. You get your credit to get cleared, you'll be good, and we'll give you some money on top of that to start your new charagma journey. All right, or whatever. All right, your new journey in the new digital financial system. All right, no, Esau is gonna make it sound good, and again, people out there hurting, and people owe money, and people are gonna do it because they don't see no other way out. All right, especially all people, all wicked, evil people, the 2/3 of our people. All right, like guys like that one clown up there talking about, we're broken, we're haters, and all that other dumb shit, man. Guys like that, he's gonna be the first one in line that just gonna take the charagma. All right, but ultimately, that's what it's gonna lead to. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers that push this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.